Hello, everyone. Good morning. Hi, how's it going? Can everyone hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Let's see. So you have not yet. I've dropped the check-in link into chat to make sure you check in. Um, cool. Yes, I'm working on that actually right now. I'm trying to avoid being seen, is why you haven't seen me. I'm gonna delay as long as I can, but unfortunately, I can't delay it forever. Oh, no, I can take that off for now. But yeah, welcome to our Wix stream. We're calling this Doing More with Wix, integrating third-party services as we continue to explore Reload by Wix, which is one thing our sponsor brought us. Oh, is that? Hold on, wait. Okay, hello, welcome. Yes, that's good. Great. And also, for what are you talking about? Is that the wave you sent me? Because I haven't had a chance to upload it yet. I've been pretty busy, but I'll upload it before the next stream if we show up. Unless Wave is one they made no. So the good news is they've been rotating out music now. So I actually am probably gonna put some music on low, but they finally been rotating out music. So like we don't have the same like 6 songs on repeat over and over again. Um, it's actually pretty cool. Like there's a few good ones, I think. But I don't know. Wait, you're kidding, right? Unless they named it something else and I never realized what else they named it. Because I have no clue what you're talking about. Hi, hello. Okay, cool. Well, I will figure that out off stream. I don't think I'll use time today to figure that out. Okay, cool. So, actually, we're gonna use this mode. Okay, cool. So today we'll again be breaking down Reload by Wix, go into more of its functionality and features. Just so if you ever choose to use this for a hackathon you're at, or just in the real world, you know what you're doing. So the key thing we'll be doing is, if you did not know, Reload by Wix actually has a bunch of resources to help you see how to use their code or how to use Velo, and they scale by difficulty. And what's really cool is they even have one that is two-factor authentication with Twilio that they have set up for you. This would be a really great hackathon starter where it kind of already has both things pseudo implemented for you. If you ever attend hackathon or even the real world, right? This lets you get started with Twilio, one of our sponsors, as well as Wix. And so just a pretty cool thing for people to look at. But today we will really just look at the basic and go over some basic tools as I leave it to the people from Wix. What did I say, Twix? Holy heck. But yeah, I leave it for people from Wix to actually go over any of that hard stuff because they also run these workshops, but different from the ones I do. Okay, cool. So we're actually going to be using the Hello Fetch example, which is how they go over about getting started with third-party API integrations. We're only starting this as a base. We're going to really just go over the tools and stuff. That's really funny, 404. Actually, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Twix, to be honest with you. It's a really interesting. I don't like things getting stuck in my teeth, and Twix has a lot of caramel in it, so it gets pretty interesting. So I'm actually gonna drop the site into chat. Actually, let me see. So we actually have two options. Either we work on both of these options look at us the same thing. Either we work on the Hello Web modulars or API, but we'll probably focus on the API for this stream. I'm gonna drop Hello Fetch into the chat for people who want to follow along. You can get a Twilio account for free, so go ahead and you can grab one. After that, just go to this Hello Fetch website, which I'll pull up real quick. And from there, we will clone that. Wait. I'll take a look after stream. Do you wanna like send me that on Discord so I don't lose it after the stream 404? And also, I think 404 can hear me. You're all good, no worries. But yeah, so all I was saying was go ahead if you want to follow us along, just generate a Hello Wix account and then go to Reload by Wix and go to Hello Fetch. I also have dropped the link in the chat for you to follow along if you so choose to. But yeah, So after you first get in, you can see that this web page is really built around you understanding how to use the Fetch API, where you can be exploring it and exploring the different features that Vivo by Wix brings you. Wait, that's not even true. What? I have no clue what you're going on about 404 at this point. But yeah, okay, cool. So once you get here, you can see how Vivo by Wix lays out its layout. So you have your main pages. These are kind of like your HTML and JSON pages that you can kind of see, right? If I click through them, they kind of change. But essentially, these are your actual HTML pages that you can write or use the actual builder to. We have dev mode enabled is what allowed us to see with this code. That's fine, 404. I will entertain this later on Discord. But yeah, so your main pages are kind of like your actual web pages that you can click through and be able to utilize. And these are your actual page code, which you can totally build with just adding elements, adding sections, and so on and so forth to the actual builder. But for us, we can actually enable developer mode, which you go to dev mode. Actually, I don't know if you guys can really see. I'm going to zoom in a bit. There we go. So you guys are going to go to dev mode, enable dev mode, which will actually allow you to unlock the rest of the things. So for example, if I turn off dev mode, all you can see are these pages, right? And then you can switch between the pages that you have, and then you can build up pages, which then Wix will handle the rest for you. But for us, we're going to actually enable dev mode. After dev mode is enabled, you can actually see a lot of the I actually don't know what JSW is. I'm going to assume it's a flavor of JavaScript. I know JSX, I just don't know what JSW is. But that's fine. So you can see these are like the page code for each of these pages, right? You can see it's an onReady function. There is a button, right? A found and fetch button on click. You do an async thing where you disable the random button and then you use const. You wait for the get random greetings to fetch, and then you apparently I'm assuming this is a variable or this is a HTML object. You did a text and you set the text to language, and then you set the whatever text to that, and then you show both of them and you enable so you can see the code, right? Which you don't have to build yourself because you can totally use the drop and add element features for that. What's cool is that you also have a master page.js. Whatever you put here can be applied to all your other pages as you are developing them. So for example, if there's a commonality shared between multiple pages, you can go to the master page.js. Here's the cool part is once you enable development mode, you have the backend. So in the backend, you have something called public, which is you can add here any other JavaScript code you want to be able to call from anywhere in the code, right? So if let's say I want a function that hashes something or randomizes something. Oh, you cannot see my mouse. That is super unfortunate. Thank you for pointing that out. That makes so much more sense now, doesn't it? I was explaining this without you being able to see. Okay, cool. Okay, let me see if I can get that fixed. Give me like 1 second. I think that's fixable. Fix your screen. Okay, cool. You should be able to see my mouse now. Just don't dox me. Thanks. But I mean, that's a kidding, and that's also not a challenge for people. But yeah, so you can see you have get fetch, get JSON. So these are your actual main pages, which is also just whatever web page essentially. You can think of each individual web page you can travel through. And then, as I was saying earlier, is we're in dev mode, so you can actually see the page code, the back end, the public and back end. You can search your code. You can see the code packages, which is something we're going to be exploring a lot. Your databases, your dev tool, and etc. But if you disable dev mode, you can build out all your pages with just a custom builder, which is complete no code or a really low code solution. You can also navigate through different pages. You can also look at a preview, which will allow you to actually see what this looks like, right? And type in it. They can like post greeting. Some of this stuff won't work. In your preview mode, it will tell you when something doesn't work right. I can hit refresh run greeting. You can see all this works, right? And then I can go post. This is, you can also get the actual JSON object to see what is in there. So there is a few of these. Fetch more greetings. Oh, that, let me see if I can. I think maybe this doesn't link to the database. What if I do test text? Actually, I wonder if this works. I'm curious now. was created, not really though. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. So because this is a test, it doesn't really actually get created and added, but you can actually do that yourself. So I'm gonna go back to the editor, and now we're gonna go back into dev mode. And then as you can see, here is your public and backend. So essentially, you'll put any type of JavaScript code that you want to be able to call from anywhere on your web page or any pages within your actual website into the public side. And if you are doing things specific for backend, so for example, we can see in our backend code, we have our functions, right, that we have coded up. So these are all JavaScript functions. So we have coded up a fetch, a get random greeting, a get random greeting function or method, also a get greetings, a post greetings, and all these are just fetch API calls, right? Or a get JSON API calls, and these are pretty standard, right? So this response awaits the view example that Wix trainer test function random greeting. If response is okay, const. But this is not an important part. You can come in knowing these JavaScript or not. What is really cool is this is where you can do any sort of backend stuff, and then after that, you also have your databases. So if you want, your website can host its internal database, which you can create collections, and from those data points, you can actually create dynamicness to your website as well as use them throughout your page. What is actually really important here we're going to look at is actually what we call code packages. If you don't know where you've worked on any other things, that's not like built by Wix. For example, if you built a React web page or Kotlin web page, actually I don't know if you use Kotlin build web pages, but like if you build a React web page where there was one more I forgot what it is. It's really it's based off of TypeScript. I forgot what's called, but essentially if you built a React web page or any other web pages, you have most likely that uses JavaScript. You have dealt with npm before. npm allows us to use packages from it allows us to install Node.js packages from npm. So you can go in here, it will show you what packages. One of the really common ones, right? It's like Lodash, right? It's a utilities package. If you ever have any questions about Lodash, what it does, you can always click on README and npm, and it will go over how to install it. But you wouldn't need this part because it will automatically install for you. It will teach you how to use kind of Lodash and so on and so forth. That's the long one. And then you can see there's a lot of other great APIs you can use, right? Also API wrappers, right? So you have one for, let's say, PDF generation. You have one for like Stripe API wrapper. You also have one such as Twilio Send Grid, Node.js mail service, and so on and so forth. Once you have installed, all you have to click on is view, right? And it also kind of goes over how to use it a bit within here. And once the package is installed, all you got to do is go back to your backend code, go back to, let's say, fetch data, and then all you got to do is import it. So all you got to do is do an import. Lodash. Lodash. Or I should call this something else. Import underscore from the Lodash. Actually, why is it doing that? Streamliner covered. I'm out. I meant to do this. Okay. Boop boop. Come on. Yeah, sure. So I provided this a bit earlier. If you haven't checked in, so we're working with the Hello Fetch example from Wix. We're actually going to explore some of the other ones later. But also, if you have not checked in for today, please make sure you actually sign in. And that is doing more of Wix Workshop, or we're exploring what else you can do with Wix, right? So once I've loaded the actual API, I could import underscore from Lodash, and then throughout the code, for example, I'm actually gonna write a fake function that I'm not gonna use. So I'm gonna export an async function. I'm gonna call it test, and then it's gonna take let's say param1. It doesn't really matter. We're just doing an example. So underscore, if I do underscore dot now, it's probably not. Actually, I think don't really call it underscore dash. Okay, and let's say I want to reference API because I actually don't remember, right? So to install, it goes with this, how to use it, right? So this is the actual Node.js stuff. So install for that, and then if I want to read more information, again, You always go to here, see documentation, because I don't remember how to use Lodash, let's say, and then you go to look through this, and it's just, let's see, package source, so bar at choice, you can cherry pick what you want. You can also load exact method of what you want. So these require interesting. So let's say I want to read more about it. I can go to package source. Oh, was this just the source package? I haven't used Lodash in a while. Can't recall how that fully functioned. Let's do some research. Let's see. There we go. Lodash. So you can do dot. So here's some of the methods you can use in Lodash, right? So if you use Node.js, I have to do var underscore requires Lodash. And let's see if we can get this working. Yeah, for sure. But also there's other packages, right? So the whole point of this showing that there's packages. We're going to continue trying to figure out Lodash, but if you're interested, you can also install Twilio packages, a PDF generator, a node mailer, crypto standard. That sounds pretty cool. The Twilio package and so on and so forth. And you can also search other packages, right? I wish I let's say what is it? I forgot what this. There's this one package. I don't know if anyone knows what I'm talking about. I think it's called Clever or Cleaver. It is a forms package. Is this it? No, it's not this. But essentially, as you can see, you can look for anything. You can request packages that if you need them that isn't already supported. If there's packages they know that they don't support, you'll see not supported next to them. You can always learn more about why they're not supported. By far, what it is, essentially, there's a specific package in NPM that what it allows you to do is what it allows you to format, let's say, form fields, and it's actually pretty useful. I've used it myself in the past. I have not recently. But yeah, you can also look at packages specifically built by Wix, right? So these are also pretty cool. So like Google Sheets integration, Google single sign-on, right? So I can install this, be able to authenticate people with a Google thing, Google Drive integrations, right? So there's just a lot of things you can really do with Wix. Then let me see. So if I go into the so here's all the packages, but if I go back to my backend code, go back here, and I'm gonna try to figure out Lodash. Because when I use Lodash, it worked fine before. So it says I did import I think I meant to do just import Lodash is what I meant. I don't want to do a from. So how would I use Lodash? Is it just Lodash? I can't recall. Is it import? I don't do JavaScript typing a lot. I think I can. Is it as? No. No. Okay, so that's not how it works in JavaScript. Okay, let's look at the documentation. It's okay. This is the whole point. Is sometimes you can use a read documentation. Let's see. So it says to load the full build, you do require. To load the core build, you do core. Interesting. So do I do something like this? Oh, that's on page. Okay, so core full build. So why Lodash? Okay. Which Lodash? Per method, packages. Lodash. Oh, it has a lot of builds. Do you have a documentation guide? Okay. I'm gonna try and see. Actually, we're gonna change up the music real quick. This music's not great. Wait. Did my Chrome just break? Hello? Yo, can you guys still hear me? That was super odd. I think my Chrome just broke for a second. But yeah, okay, cool. Let's get back to it. I'm gonna play some other beats. Okay, and then let's see. So we're gonna go back to our actual page. Okay, we're not having a good day today. Wait for program to respond. Wait. Hello. I think things are functional. Can you hear me? Can I get a mic check from chat? Hello. Okay. I have no clue what is going on. I also have actually no clue you can hear me because I actually can't see the management console anymore. But I see some chat that this is loading. I'm so confused what's going on. But it says I saw. Yeah, I know. At least it wasn't a blue screen like that. That is, I guess, a plus. Glad you can still hear me. But I'm gonna see if I can get back on going because it's freezing a lot. I don't know if my camera's even freezing for you. Let's see. Okay, I think I got screen share to start working again. I don't know if Lodash will. Cool, this is good. Okay, cool, wonderful. That's good. And we'll see if we can figure this out right now. I'm gonna also check to see if I can get into the streaming console. This has definitely been interesting, to say the least. I'm gonna show you a few more features, and we'll probably wrap this up. Especially with our daily stats check-in coming up soon, and my computer is just really not happy today for some reason. Let's see. I'm gonna actually mute this. Okay, cool. So let's continue and get this wrapped up. So another feature. So as you can see, you can use stuff, right? You can install any npm package that you want. And we're actually going to try to go back. Okay, it's working now. Yeah, this is a great idea. Save it work regularly. I'm gonna hit save. You can just go back to this and do like hello fetch example. What is this? GHW or whatever. What? There we go. So I'm gonna take hello fetch example. So it's available now, right? So I can actually go here, connect your own domain as well. Let's save. Thank you. You can publish it whenever you're ready. But what we're talking about is you can import like normal any functions from Lodash. So let's say I know something specifically I want, which I don't know. I can import whatever function I want from Lodash. I just need to figure out the functions in Lodash. Like, I don't know. What is there in Lodash? These are all definitely not from Lodash, because I know these. I think I don't think the app is even from Lodash. But essentially, long story short, you can import stuff you want from any package you install. You can also install additional npm packages. Yeah, so you can, for example, install this. One of the cool ones probably be like the Twilio helper. Once they're installed, you can always go and view, and they'll give you a brief description of their actual page and how to use them, right? So, for example, I can do this. I should probably have done this one. This has been great. It covers 2 of our sponsors. I don't know why I didn't think of that. But yeah, I can go back to the backend code, right? I can go here, I can import Twilio from Twilio, and then go back to, let's say if I need more help, go back to the package, click on the Twilio package, okay, and then after it's installed, I can use this, right? This function, it sends a message, you can call back, and copy and paste that over, and do whatever you need, and there's conversions and so on and so forth. And you can see there's also packages written specifically by Relo, that has already like front end stuff, back end stuff. This will take care of how to use the Google single sign-on and integration, which will tell you how to set it up, how to use it on the Wix platform, and so on and so forth. After that, we also have something that's really important actually. It's actually in developer tools, is that you can also have monitoring for your website. You have site logs, you have Google operation. You also have something called the secrets manager. And for the secrets manager is before actually in Wix, you had to store your secrets in your backend and then kind of abstract it to get wherever like API key, etc. you need. We want to avoid doing that. So what you can do is you can just store it in the secret manager, which will take you to another page. And within this page, you're allowed to build to all your secrets you need throughout your application. And your secret manager is per site, right? So I have a few of them from different just workshops. Well, once it's loaded, we can show you how to make a secret route. So all you're gonna do is click store a secret, you name it whatever. So let's say this would be Twilio _ API key. And then you would just put in the value for it, which I actually don't have one, so you put something random. You always check your value. Don't ever select your API key on stream. Be like, this is the API key for Twilio. Hit save. So now if you use Twilio API key, you should put it in your code. And to test that, we're going to go back to, let's say, our backend code. So go to public and backend, go back to backend code. For example, if I do, I'm hoping this just pops up. I call it like API. The smart feature is not great. Let's go back. What do I call it? I call it Twilio API key. And then you can always click on learn more. Just make sure. I'm pretty sure you should just type it in. Protect your secrets, API, how it works. Okay, so I have to import it too. Okay, cool, got it. I forgot to do that, that's why. Okay, so I need to import. I hate, I'm gonna make this, import that through from, I think it's called Wix. Not billing backend. So you see there's a lot of Wix backend built in for you, but I want secrets backend. I'm assuming it's gonna be at the bottom. Secrets backend, there we go. Wait, hello? That can't be true. I love how nothing on a live demo ever goes right. It seems to be like half of me. From Wix backend, I put it in though. What did they do? Oh, so okay. I'm actually trolling. So you actually take the actual function get secret, which would then grab the secret, and you don't just directly import it. And then if I want to use a secret, I would just do, let's say, var Twilio API key, and then I would set it equal to get secret, and then I would pass it string we want to grab. There we go. I think console.log works here. We can console.log the API key. No, we're about to the API key. And export function, we can go to the public end. So let's say I want to get, it does fetch data dot message. It gets fetch data, it gets random greetings. It also inputs, what do we call the backend? We call it data fetcher. So if imports get random greeting, I'm going to actually add to it. I'm not sure if this will fully function. but we'll try. So we're going to import test. Actually, we're going to take out the primes and test because we doesn't have to. So we're going to import, we're going to go to fetch, make a test, and then it does that. We're also just going to do I'm going to run the test function. I'm going to preview, see if this works. So grab this hello world. It also spit out the JSON object for it. Hello world. Is there a console log? Let's see, reverse warnings. So that's all the logs. Let's see. Actually, what if I publish it? Let's see. I'm gonna just try on the real thing. I wonder if this works. So once it's published, it's actually live. You can view the site. If I do fetch random greetings, I'm actually gonna open F12, go to console, fetch random greeting. Does it trigger the additional code I put in? Fetch random greeting. Okay, no, I probably messed up somewhere. Let's go back. Oops. Here, I'm gonna X this out. Okay, cool. Actually, we're gonna wrap it up soon. So I'm gonna go over just any questions that anyone might have. So what we learned today is how there's development mode within Wix, which you enable, which will allow you to access additional things like the code page, the backend and front end. Well, I mean the public and backend. You can also add code packages to your code. You can work with databases, and you have also developer tools such as monitoring and secrets manager. And this is really important if you're working with APIs. We also went over how Wix, stop saying Wix. Wix has a bunch of actual pre-built examples for you to explore to learn how to use. One of the really good ones will probably be two-factor authentication with Twilio integration, as that covers two of our biggest SonSort categories. But outside of that, we also have gone over how to create a database, and actually one of our other Wix workshops. And today, we went over how to import the actual code package, anyone you like, and then how you would go to your back end, actually import them to your code, and you'll be able to utilize them throughout your function as you're coding. We also went over how you can always visit the NPM's webpage on documentation or the actual tool documentation webpage and be able to use things like _.default or _ etc. whatever you need to use. Do we have any questions from chat that I can address? It's also way too early for this. If not, I need to use Wix more. I'm so out of scope of Wix. Running these workshops are a lot of learning about it and tools wise, and then also I do a bit more front end development myself. So this is probably a good tool to use. Also on top of that, if you're looking for more, these are just examples of how it works, right? They also have actually like API references as well as a video tutorial. If you're trying to get even more involved, we have the Velo course, which will actually go over on how to start coding in Velo, right? And how to do front end Velo, how to do back end in Velo. And these are actually great. They're short. They're great for learning it real quick at a hackathon and then applying the skill. But if that is all, I do wish everyone have a wonderful rest of your day. This is a really quick workshop on how to use Wix's API, third-party APIs within Wix, which you can always install through the code package. You can always import them in and then use them however you like. You can always look for examples of that. Also take on Wix's coding courses. But yeah, make sure to come back around 12 o'clock for our daily check-in. And then after that, I actually be running an AI lecture on differences between machine learning, AI, deep learning, natural language processing on Friday night, if anyone's interested in that. If not, I do wish you have a wonderful rest of your day. If you have any questions, feel free to drop in chat. I'll be just hanging around for a bit. But yeah, we're searching new music. I think my favorite one has been this one so far of all the musics. Cool. If there is no questions, I do wish everyone a rest of your time. And I will see you at 12 o'clock for our daily check-in, which I'm going to find the official name for it. It's a daily stream. It's going to happen at 12 o'clock, where you will join Mary and our usually special guest to go over what is happening today on Global Hack Week. There's so much fun installed for you today. There's the history of AI and machine learning, part 1. AI, machine learning, and biomedical research. There's also No Light, a lot of our fun activity like Spyfall and Scribbly.io. So I can't wait for you guys to have some fun with that. But outside of that, I wish everyone have a wonderful rest of your day. Make sure to get some rest, and I will see you again at 12. And I personally will see everyone on Friday at 1 a.m. I hate that EST for a workshop on a lecture into AI. Yeah, take care. No, thanks everyone for joining us. Thank you for sticking around. I hope you learned a bit about Wix. There's definitely other Wix workshops coming up if you're more interested in actually functionality, how to use them. We really just explore some of the features to help you get more familiar with Wix. And again, make sure to check out the actual Wix's course if you want to code it in Wix. It's actually really super useful. And you can use the Twilio example and have a really great jumping point for our hackathon you might be at. But again, thank you everyone. Thanks for coming.